and just find out if I'm logged into the chat. Yes, I am. Okay, I'm not logged out, so just remove the lines. They're irritating me. So let's find out the microphone. Yeah. So I would like to find out how long it takes to sew something completely by hand. And well, I learned a lot how to sew during this project, and this is my mock-up for a coat. And I started with the back pieces. I have stitched so far my center back and my middle back pieces together, so 4 pieces in total, and now I am stitching my first side back piece to my back piece. So off camera I did it with a white yarn, and here in the stream I'm using bright colors. So now is this bright green. Let's give it a go so that we can measure how far I got. So, and I'm using a not so long piece of yarn, because the longer and the more often I pull it through the fabric, the more likely it is that the fabric, not the fabric, the thread will fall apart. So that is not what I would like to. So I am only having, well, let's see if the webcam, so yeah, I have a bit more than my shoulder length. So okay, so white thread is a bit tricky to find. Where did I stop? I stopped there. That is tricky to find, but at least I got the spot. So yeah, the first few stitches are a bit tricky because I have to work in my end or the beginning of my thread. So I'm just weaving it in. And that takes a bit, well, I have to concentrate a bit more than with the normal stitches. I'm working, well, this is a mock-up, and actually I could only baste it together. Didn't pull, oh, it was just the other thread. Okay, let's line it up again. I could baste it together, but I would like to practice the back stitch and the right tension, my thread tension. I have to really work on it, and that is why I am stitching my mock-up together as if it is the actual garment. So I guess this will do. So just make sure that there are no loops. Yeah. Okay, so now back stitch. So that is I do have a bit more than an hour time. So let's see. How much do I get done if I'm an hour online? Yeah, the thread is a bit too long. You see me pulling it towards my shoulder, and that is a bit too long. And this stitch was too wide. Yeah, so I have to not only practice the right amount of stitch, thread tension, I have to practice a bit more how wide the stitch is. So that is, well, at least I have practiced that much that even underneath I am quite straight. That looked a bit different at the beginning of my stitching. So yes, if I put it into this camera, you see it's okay-ish, I will guess. So yeah. Let's see. Altogether, the coat has 12 pieces, 6 for the front and 6 for the back, and this is my mock-up, and I had to alter it a bit, and I'm not sure if I did it correct, and I had to shorten it a lot because the waistline at the pattern, on the pattern, was not where my actual waistline was. It was nearly at my hips. Oh, hi Thrabian! You're joining me again. That's cool. This time I'm hand stitching, because I'm curious if I can stitch something together and actually wear it daily, on a daily basis. That's why I would like to. And yeah, this pattern was lying around, and your main camera seems a bit bright. Maybe if you zoom out a bit. Main camera. You mean the big picture or the small picture? The big one. The big one is too bright. Maybe because of the white fabric. Better? Or no, I don't want to. I wanted to change. Where is it? There. So I did it. And if I go here, I can. I understand. If the camera focuses just on white, it becomes all white. Yes, that is the problem with my mock-up fabric. Yeah. Okay. If this is better now, but I guess I am a bit, no. That is better, okay. So I'll leave it. I'll leave it then, if it's better. And I guess you can still see that I stitch it by hand, not using a machine. So, and now my thread is getting a bit shorter. It's easier to stitch with a shorter, because I do not have to pull my arm so far. So yeah, fabric piece number 5. From 12. Oh, and I have to find out where do I put my pockets, because I altered it. I changed the pattern, at least the length of the pattern, so much that I don't think the position markers for the pockets are still at the right place. And now I do have a loop. A bit wobbly. I need to practice it to stay in line. And not using so many big stitches. I have to go a lot shorter. And then it's easier to stay in line. But I have to confess, it's a lot easier to sew, to hand stitch under a bright light. Although I am sitting in my sunroom. But if outside isn't a lot of sun, a sunroom isn't bright. The sunroom is working. Only if I focus on white fabric. Because white reflects even if you do not have so much light. Come on. So we have autumnish weather here. How's the weather at yours, Swabian? Abian, Senior Abian. Is it still hot over 30, or did you get a pause from the heat? Pretty nice. Pretty nice means under 25. I just returned for a few hours of walking. It's cool. Walking, yeah. We like hiking as well. But we have to prepare for rain all the time. When under 20 is a nice temperature. Yes, and it's nice for hiking as well. Yes, I agree. Best temperature between 15 and 20 degrees for hiking. Oh, my line is not straight there. Uh-huh. Still a bit to go, but it's a bit falling over the edge of my table, and that causes some weight onto it and pulls or pushes it towards my left side, and that's not good. Yeah. There I did something with my line. It's in the skirt part, so it will not it's not important for the fit. The important stuff happens there, where I'm not stitching at the moment. So yeah. So the important stuff happens in this part. Yeah. The next mock-up will, if I need a next mock-up, this will be only only the upper part, so without the skirt part, because it takes too much fabric. But I wanted to see how the skirt falls, yeah, how it appears. So yeah. And if I need a second mock-up, my next mock-up fabric will be yellow with some flowers on, and this thread created a little tiny loop there, a loop. And yeah, that's not good, because that will weaken the stitch line. So this needle a bit further away. So, and I guess I have to end this thread because it's getting shorter. And this was my first This is my next. Three, no. Four. And I guess 5 is enough. Yeah. I went a bit backwards and then I can cut it off. I don't have a measuring tape here. I can't measure how far I got. It's a bit shorter than the last time, hopefully. Didn't measure it correct. Should be. Oh, and I still have purple. On my left hand, I refilled an ink pen with purple ink, and yeah. It still shows on my hand. The beginning is again a bit fiddly, and my thread, yeah, no, so okay. And I guess last stitch where I weave this in. Okay. I would say I am quite quick. I become quicker. I do have a measurement tape over here, so we can measure at the end of the stream how far I stitched. Did you finish the socks from yesterday? I postponed finishing the 3 pair of socks on Sunday. So they are still in my nearly finished objects box. Because I connected my magic ball to the blanket and I knitted a bit for the blanket, and I got some leftover wool, so these become more mini socks. And yeah yeah, I postponed this a bit further. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't have had postponed it if it weren't socks only for me, because I have enough socks at the moment, because it's not that cold. I don't need warm socks for every day. So yeah. So I can wait till Sunday till I finish them. And there are 2 shawls in this box as well. So yeah, I will need to finish those as well. And one will fit, well, the color will go really well with the actual coat, I guess, because it's a dark greenish fabric. So I guess this shawl will fit to this coat as well. So I do want to start with the actual coat so that I have a chance to wear it at least for Christmas if it's not too cold this year, because it's not warm. I do not line it warm. It's just 2 cotton fabrics. Yeah. But at least I finished all the mini socks. All the mini socks are finished. Well, all the mini socks I had in this box. And that is something good, I guess. And yeah, the coat, it still waited and waited and waited in its own box. So yeah, I guess I have to make some changings for the shoulder part. I guess it's a bit too wide. I don't have that wide shoulders, but I will see after I stitched it together, and yeah, we'll see. And I think I will try this coat on with a bit warmer kind of jumper. One of these nice Irish wool jumpers. And have a look then how it fits. But once I have a pattern that works for me, I just can remake it. If I see a nice fabric, but for now I have the fabric I was looking for. And I guess this thread comes to an end. Last stitch. Okay, and then because I need a bit length to go back in my stitches, three, four, five, once more, and 6. Okay, that is quite a bit of stitch line I did today. Yeah, a bit more to come, to work, to sew. So I don't know. Sewing is putting something into soil and wait to grow. And sewing sounds so similar. Okay. So. Up. again comes the fiddling part of weaving in my beginning of the thread. But that means my stitch line doesn't become bulky or less bulky. It is a bit bulky, but not that much. There. Oh, that was not straight. Okay, it is less bulky if I manage to do my stitches straight. If not, so yeah, last stitch and then I go. Oh. Oops. So, okay, that will do it. Put it here. Yeah, it's not that bad. Yeah, but that is the way, the reason why I am stitching it so time consuming together, although it's just a mock-up. Yeah. We will see. This it's how far did I sew today? Once I finish, and I guess I will finish this thread and then a last one, I guess. And then I will sew off camera and show my results next time. And I'm curious, once I finished it and I hang it on a hanger and leave it for a couple of days, if the garment, if my coat will hold or if it totally, because of its own weight, falls apart. Because I did a bad job in stitching. So yeah, that's what I'm curious about. Yes, if I would use a sewing machine, it will take less time, a lot. But a machine is loud, and it is not practical. You need electricity. And you can't take your sewing into the garden. Well, if it's not windy outside and not raining. So theoretically, you can take your sewing with you. And that is something I am really looking for. I have to remove the twist I added to the thread and go more straight. The last few stitches were a bit not completely on the line. Well, that was too wide. I need to go a bit narrower. And maybe I'm needing a new needle, because this one is really, I don't know. Oh, it's bent. It's not straight any longer. I guess 2 stitches, and then I have to finish this thread. Yeah. Otherwise I will not have enough length in my thread that I can pull it through all these loops. Oh, only the loops, not the fabric, only, no. No. Only the loops. No. Okay. I can cut it off and next. Oops. Oops. Okay. So I nearly got the whole line done today. So, in how long did I? 46 minutes? Yeah, that's quite good. So, I think the first streams I didn't get so far in that time, and I do think it is a bit, my stitching line is a bit longer. Ouch. Yeah, I have to concentrate not to stitch my finger onto the fabric or underneath. So I have to find. Okay. And it's irritating, so it's better. Yeah, that much better. And it's much better leaving the end a bit longer, so I can grab it better. Then and I don't lose it. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I guess that will be enough. Okay, let's see. Oh, that was too wide. I need to concentrate more on my stitch lengths. Quick reminder for myself. Stitch lengths, not too long. Oh, just to come back to the socks. The plan for yesterday evening knitting actually was to start a new a new pair of socks for my youngest daughter. But I first wanted to attach my new yarn ball to the blanket. So, because I do have a lot of leftovers after knitting socks and knitting yarn cozies and knitting mini socks for the advent calendar, I'm still left over with leftovers. Yes, and I still have leftovers, and these go into a magic knot ball, and I knit this into a blanket, and that yeah, I just wanted, because that I do not forget how to knit the blanket. I just wanted to, because I didn't work on it, I guess, for 2 months now, and I have to make sure that I do not forget how to knit and when to knit the increases per row. So yeah, that's what I did yesterday, and I guess today in the evening I will start then the socks for my little one. So that I make sure that she doesn't get cold feet. Yeah. And maybe, well, normally if I'm knitting, when I do have the time for knitting, so then it would take me a bit more than a week to finish the socks completely. But instead of knitting, I am sewing, because this coat needs to be done. And so I think her socks will take a bit longer than normally. So it's not that much, it's only this bit is left. So I think today I did a great job. I have to admit, did a great job. But I actually didn't do a great job in doing not so wide stitches. Here is a curve, and a curve means smaller stitches so that it's nice. So okay. Yeah. I think I need a needle there. Yeah. There's twist in the thread. Okay. So concentrate on not too wide stitches. Because wide stitches are, and I can feel the fabric underneath is not following the curve correctly. So that's why I am using a bit more needles here, so that it hopefully doesn't produce any unwanted like here. Maybe I can iron this out. I guess you don't see it because it's white. Yeah. Oh, and my thread is now, yeah, it's a bit short. So let's do one last stitch. So. And go back into the fabric, and we will see how much I get done off camera today. And I will stitch off camera with the white thread. So because I have to practice using a thread which is matching the fabric color, or nearly matching, and not so well seen. I really have to practice this as well, because I do not want to show the thread in the actual coat. So yeah, we'll see. But let's measure. Oh yeah, it doesn't go. No, it doesn't go onto camera. Okay, so I will put there is the end. Okay, and okay, it's slightly off camera. Okay, so I will put this down here. It's there. My thimble. So a bit, so you can see where it ends. Okay, I'm curious. It's exciting. Oh yeah. 40 centimeters, 50, 54 and a half. Oh, you can't see it. 54 and a half centimeters. It's half a meter per hour. That's quite, I guess, for hand stitching, that's good. So I would say we will see next time how much I have done in this coat. I don't know if I can go online tomorrow or on Friday. I do not know. We will see. Time will show. Yes, I guess 54 and a half centimeters are quite a good amount of stitch line done today. So thank you for joining me, Thrabian. So it was fun. And I will see you next time. Bye bye.